want to thank you for joining us again for another episode of Sermon Highlights. Today we're here with Dr. Bevel, who preached a powerful sermon today. Sir, I want to thank you for coming here at the Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist Church and delivering such a powerful message. But I want you to share with our audience the main points, just the takeaways that you want us to get from the sermon you preached.
Okay. Thank you very much, Elder.
Welcome.
I appreciate your pastor and the invitation to be here with this congregation today. We spoke on the subject to be like Jonathan's lad. And what the focus was, first of all, it was designed to get the attention of the people in the introduction with current events dealing with the devastating things that are happening in our communities, that are happening in our country, and that are happening in our world. And to let folks know that we're living in the end time, and what's most important about the end time is to know what our mission is and what our mission has been given to us by God in these last days. Mm-hmm. Our mission is, as was mentioned in the sermon, that it was a drama. Mm-hmm. And in a drama, you're going to have friends and foes. You're going to have cities and kingdoms and the economy between the two of them, and inevitably between the kingdom and the city. And the Jonathan's lad had a mission, and it was brought out that Jonathan's lad's mission was to pick up arrows and bring them to the master. The master being Jonathan in this story represented Jesus Christ, and the arrows represented the world.
Yes.
And the people of the world, and that these are God's people worldwide. And we did a little bit of history dealing with Noah as the quiver for the generation of people that we found on the earth today. And we took the folks to the sons of Ham, Smyrna, and Cush, and they represented Africa, the continent of Africa. And Smyrna represented in history Egypt, and Cush represented Ethiopia. Mm-hmm. And so looking at that history, and then of course the Semitic people, and then the Shem representing that group of people, the Arabs, the Hebrews, and so forth and so on. And that the last one, Japheth, which represented Russia and some of the other areas of the world.
Wow.
And so when you look at those, we see that all of the people that came from Adam and Eve were represented by these three sons of Noah. Mm-hmm. And that brought us then in, as I was trying to zero in on who we are here in Smyrna. And who God's people are here in our communities, and that God's people are represented by those that are out there, and we have been given the mission, and that is to go and to pick up the arrows. In other words, share Jesus with the people of the community.
Yes.
And then bring them to the master and lead them to Jesus. That's our goal. Yes. And I try to make the point that we don't understand people, so it's not for us to understand, because God understands everybody. Exactly. He understands the good and the bad.
Right.
And he caused the rain to fall on the good and the rain to fall on the bad. Jesus knows, and he's God all by himself. Our job is to pick the arrows up, share our testimonies with God's people, and bring them to the master, lead them to the church and to Christ.
Yes.
And so that was the goal of the sermon, and I appreciated it. And so that's what I tried to share.
Oh, wow, wow. And that was a powerful sermon, the way that you laid it out, the way that you presented. But I want to thank you, sir, for coming back here and sharing with us the highlights of the message as well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.